Let us solve some questions of probability theory. The first problem is, consider an experiment that consists of 6 horses numbered 1 through 6. There are 6 horses running a race, and suppose that the sample space consists of the factorial 6 possible orders in which the horses finish. Obviously, it has to be factorial 6. Let A be the event that the number 1 horse is among the top 3 finishers, and let B be the event that number 2 horse comes in second. How many outcomes are in the event A union B? So what I am doing is, suppose these are your outcomes. In case A, what will happen? In case A, or this, let A be the event A, number 1 horse is among the top 3 finishers. So number 1 horse has to be either here, here or here. That is, it can be in 3 places. Remaining 5 places can be given to any of the remaining 5 horses in any order. So the 5 factorial will be 120, that is the horse except 1 can be arranged in 120 ways. Now this horse number 1, it can be given any of these 3 places. So what will be the number of outcomes of A? That is, NA will be 3 into 120, because horse number 1 can be anywhere in these 3 places, and the remaining 5 horses can arrange themselves in 5 factorial ways. So NA is 316. Now come for B. In B, what is happening? The B is the event the number 2 horse comes second. So the position of B is fixed here. That the horse number 2 is fixed in this position. So remaining 5 horses can be arranged among this available position in factorial 5, that is 120 ways. Okay, now what is an A intersection B? A intersection B meaning that B, this horse number 2 has to be in second position, and your horse number 1 can be here or it can be here. Okay, so there are 2 possibilities for horse number 1. So this is 2, and the remaining 4 horses can be rearranged in factorial 4 ways. So 2 into 4 factorial is 48. So now using this n of A union B is equal to NA plus NB minus NA intersection B, I can find that NA union B is 432. Now let's see this another question. In this question, a box contains n balls. Okay, this box is containing n ball, one of which is special, maybe golden or whatever. If k of these balls are withdrawn one at a time, so all of a sudden you are not withdrawing, one at a time you are withdrawing k balls, with each selection being equally likely to be any of the balls that remains at the time. It means that suppose n is 100 and you have removed say 10 balls, then 90 balls are remaining, then the probability of each remaining ball being selected is 1 by 90. So this is very uniform kind of experiment being done. What is the probability that the special ball is chosen? Okay, so in this experiment what I have done is one by one I am removing all the k balls, and suppose I have removed the k balls, I have arranged them in this position, that okay, 1, 2, these are the k positions. Okay, so what is my n sample space? N sample space will be the number of ways of drawing k balls from this n balls, that is nck. I can draw them in nck ways. Then you can say that okay, you can arrange them also into different way, that is, so I can write nck into k factorial. Okay, so this is my sample space. Now what is my favorable outcome? My favorable outcome is that this particular special ball is always chosen. So if this ball is always chosen, say, then what will be the number of outcomes? Because 1C1, because one ball has to be already chosen, then from remaining n minus 1 ball, I have to choose k minus 1 ball. Okay, so from remaining n minus 1, I have chosen k minus 1 ball, and this 1C1 is because fixed, because this special ball, it has to be chosen, so it is here. Then these favorable outcomes also can be rearranged in k factorial ways. Why? Because although this ball is special, but if you rearrange them, then you will get k factorial, because you have got k balls in k positions, you want to rearrange, so this is there. So what will be this probability of this event? It will be 1C1 into n minus 1 ck minus 1 into k factorial. So basically k factorial in numerator and denominator will cancel out each other, so it will be nck into k factorial. If you solve this, you will get as k by n. So the answer will be that probability that the special ball is selected 1c1 into n minus 1 ck minus 1. I have not written the k factorial term because they get cancelled out, so it will be k by n. Now the same problem I can solve using another method also, and that method is, suppose ai be the event that in ith position of this arrangement of balls, the special ball is there. Suppose this is my ith position, so ai be the event that special ball is here. Okay, now what will be the probability of this ai? Out of n balls, one ball is the special ball. So what will be the probability that that special ball will be given this coveted aith position? That will be 1 by n, because everything is equally probable here. So the probability that this special ball will occupy this position, ith position, is 1 by n. So now I have to find out what is the probability that this special ball will be among any of these positions. So a1 will be the probability that it is in first position, a2 will be that this special ball is in second position, similarly ak that it will be in that kth position. So this is the event. Now all these events are disjoint event. Why they are disjoint? Because you have got just one special ball. So the moment that special ball is in first position, it cannot be in second position. So your a1 intersection a2 has to be phi. Similarly for all the ai's, any ai intersection aj has to be phi, because ai means that the special ball is in the ith position. So the moment the ball is here, it cannot be anywhere else. So these are disjoint event. So since these are disjoint event, the total probability will be sum of each individual event. So probability of union ai will be probability of ai is equal to k by n. I have solved this problem using two methods just to give you a feel of the axioms of probability and how they are useful. You can say the previous method was much simpler. Why you are doing all this disjoint and summation and union? The choice is yours, but this method is just being shown to give you a feel of the methods which you can use, which are available at your command. You can say that okay, in this thing probability of ai is equal to 1 by n. This also I can derive using some other method. I will show you how. You see, this also can be derived pai is equal to 1 by n by noting that there are n factorial by n minus k factorial equally outcome. They are there. This is what? This is just npk, that you have to rearrange k things from n things, of which n minus 1 and this result in the special ball being the ith one chosen. So you divide this, you will get probability of ai will be n minus 1 factorial by n factorial, which is 1 by n. Let me solve this again. You see, this probability of ai is equal to 1 by n, I can derive using this method also. For total number of, suppose I have to find probability of ai, so what will be my n omega, that is sample space. Basically I have to arrange in k positions n items, so that is n p k. So this I can write as npk is nothing but, I will write it here, n factorial by n minus k factorial. Now the favorable event that this ith guy is, this special ball is occupying the ith position. What will be the probability? That one position is fixed. So you have got now n minus 1 balls and you have got k minus 1 positions. So that will be n minus 1 p k minus 1. Okay, so when you do this, this will be n minus 1 divided by n minus k, n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus k factorial. Okay, so what will be the probability of ith element? It will be n minus 1 factorial divided by n factorial, because these n minus k factorial will get cancelled out. So probability of ai will be n minus 1 factorial by n factorial, that is equal to 1 by n. Exactly same thing I had this using probability and permutation combination. The same thing I had derived using a very simple logic, that this is just ith position, this is one special ball, out of n balls this ball has chance 1 by n of occupying this coveted position.